to check vitals. If you have this machine, the power button's right in the center. You push and turn it on. Blood pressure cuff. Each patient should have a blood pressure cuff in their room. So to disconnect and use it, there's a little button here. You just push it. It's super easy. Connects, push the button, it disconnects. And then your blood pressure cuff, you want to line up the blue arrow or whatever color arrow you have. Will say like arteries. So you put it just above your elbow, and you're gonna just kind of right at the crook of your elbows where you want the blood pressure cuff to be seated. When you wrap it, it is Velcroed. You don't want it so loose that it's going to slip off your arm. You want about 2 fingers. If you can get a couple fingers between the patient and that blood pressure cuff, that's just where you want to be. The other thing this machine has is for monitoring SpO2, your oxygen level, and your pulse. What I like to do is if you're taking the blood pressure on the left arm, put this little guy on your other hand because that way it'll register quicker. Your blood pressure is going to show up at the top. Your SpO2, this little guy beeping, is going to show in the middle, and your pulse is going to be right there. So pretty good, 100%. All right. For temperature on this machine, it's up here at the top. So you're going to pull it out of the sleeve, and just like when we walk into the hospital, you have to push down on this. Let me show you. So it goes in, and you have to push down to engage it, and then you can take your temperature. And it shows up at the very bottom. The ORL, that means you're doing an oral temp. If you were going to change the mode, now it's axillary. So oral or axillary. Once you're finished with your temperature, this blue button at the top, you push it, and it comes right off. And then the little guy with the, I think I showed that, the little guy with the arm and the blood pressure cuff, that's how you check your blood pressure. You push that button and it'll start. Okay. And then lastly, the IV pumps. If part of your job is not to deal with IVs, the only thing you need to know is this orange button that says silence. All right, you walk in the patient's room and the IV pump's screaming and the patient's like, can you just shut this thing off? Just hit this button for silence and then go let the nurse know that the IV pump is beeping. If part of your job is dealing with IVs and you see it's beeping, hit silence, check the IV site for kinks, maybe fix what's wrong if you can, and hit restart, but silence is your key.